just in one corner of the field between about the 35-yard line to the end zone, now where the Buffalo Bills are lining up. And it's also the other end where Tampa Bay. So it's just in one spot, and I think probably another 30 minutes or so that'll be gone.
All right, the Bills to receive the opening kickoff with Mike Mosley and Robert Holt, the two deep backs, and Bill Capice kicks it off, and we're underway. At the 11-yard line, it is Mike Mosley to the 25, Mosley to the 30, 40, 50, 40. Outstanding return by number 88, the #1 kickoff return artist in the American Football Conference. From Texas A&M, a #3 draft choice in 1981. Here's a look.
We talked about defense. We talked about quarterbacks. We should have talked about special teams. 88, Mike Mosley does an outstanding job of running, but look at the mid in front of him. He's got great blocking. And the one thing that you generally look for on a long run back these days is the yellow flag. There is no yellow flag. The ball is on the 39-yard line. Buffalo has the ball.
Opening kickoff return of 50 yards, 5-0 for the Buffalo Bills. Line of scrimmage, Buccaneers 39. Ferguson, the quarterback. Joe Cribbs, the remaining back. He is tripped up but falls forward for a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Neil Colsey, the strong safety, was the man who brought him down. Here's a look at the backfield with Ferguson, Cribbs, and Roosevelt Lee. Jerry Butler and Frank Lewis, they're both hurting. We don't know if they can go the whole ball game. The tight end is Mark Bramer. Jones, McKenzie, Grant, Borchardt, and Devlin, the offensive line. 2nd down and 8. 37-yard line of Tampa Bay. Bramer, the tight end, changes sides. Strong right. This is a passing formation with the running back split, but Cribbs comes inside to the 34. He has 3, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. As Scott Brantley makes the tackle. Here is the defense of the Buccaneers with Stalls, Logan, and Leroy Selman, the front 3. Of course, they'll be changing also to a 4-3. The linebackers are Hawkins, Johnson, Brantley, and Green. And a good secondary with Thomas, Washington, Colsey, and Cedric Brown. We'd like now to welcome those of you who have been watching the Houston-Philadelphia game, the final. Philadelphia 35, Houston 14. No score here. This game just underway between the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ferguson has all the time in the world. Knocked away. Good defensive play. It was Neil Colsey, the strong safety, Lou Picone, the intended receiver.
You just mentioned they have a fine secondary for the Bucs, and Colsey did an outstanding job of knifing in there and breaking up that play. So after the great kickoff return by Mosley of the Buffalo Bills, getting them in great field possession, we said defense was going to be a big factor today. It's 3 plays, and the defense for Tampa Bay did their job bringing in the field goal team for the Buffalo Bills.
Herrera from the 41, an attempt of 51 yards with Matt Kofler, the rookie from San Diego State, holding it to fake. Kofler's the #3 quarterback. He's running for it. He has the 1st down. On the fake, he's out of bounds at the 21-yard line. And, of course, if you followed the career of Herrera, particularly when he was at Seattle, you expect this.
And you know what
12 and a 1st down.
Herrera did? Herrera threw the key block in that. Here it is. Buffalo going all out, faking the field goal. #1. Take a look at him. He's not what you would call the picturesque football player, but he got the block, and they picked up the 1st down. They still have the football on the 21. Efren Herrera, as they say, he can do it all.
And he just proved it, didn't he? 1st down at the 21-yard line, a gain of 12. Cribbs, the remaining back. The tight end in motion. Cribbs with the pitch. And Joe is out of bounds. And a flag comes down. Maybe a late hit. Coming out about the 18. He picks up 3. Cecil Johnson, the left inside linebacker, was there. But ever since the incidents of the Thanksgiving weekend, the officials have certainly been cracking down on any semblance of a late hit. Well, if you want to be there, you better be there when the whistle blows, and don't be a split second later.
They are letting the players know that they are not going to tolerate it. That anything that's questionable, they're going to throw the flag.
Matt Kofler, the scrambling #3 quarterback. That's the first NFL rush for him on the fake field goal. Picked up 12 yards in the first down. Here's the call.
Personal foul, number 76, defense, forearm to the head.
Forearm to the head, the call on David Logan. With the penalty, the ball moves to the 8-yard line, where it's first down and goal to go. Joe Cribbs and Roosevelt Leaks, the running back. Cribbs up to a wingback. Leaks, straight shot. One official goes up with the heads. Yes, it is a touchdown. He started up and then he started in. It is a touchdown for Roosevelt Leaks. The 4th score this year for Leaks. And he picks it up from 8 yards out.
Roosevelt Leaks, when you get inside the 20-yard line, add something a little extra to his running, and you're going to see it right now. He broke about 3 or 4 tackles, maintained his balance, fought his way, and just got into the end zone. When you get near the goal line, this is the man they like to give the football to. Joe Cribbs will take it between the 10 and the 10, but when they get inside the 10-yard line, Leaks is the man they want to go to.
And Herrera misses the point after. The hero in the drive that kept it going on the fake field goal attempt with a block, then misses the point after.
I don't know when kickers have come into the importance of a football game than they have the last few weeks. Seems like that practically every game that we're watching, it boils down to the kicking game. And they're missing more and more extra points, which should be basically a little chip shot for the kicker. But they're not hitting it. Well, I think what happens is they try to take something off of it instead of just kicking it like it's a 50-yard field goal.
39 yards on the touchdown drive in 6 plays. The key, it was Mike Mosley, the 50-yard kickoff return. And now Herrera will be kicking off to either number 1, Michael Morton, or number 28, Melvin Carver of the Buccaneers.
This has been a problem with the Buccaneers so far, that they're either fumbling the ball away and giving the ball to the opposition in field position where they don't have to go very far to score. And that was an example there. Last week it happened on the kickoff against the New York Jets.
12:51 time remaining, first quarter.
You don't suppose he'd do something like an onside kick? No, he would do that. No. We've watched him do it many times.
That's right. How about yes? No, he goes deep. Morton takes it at the 2-yard line to the 10, to the 20, and it's wrapped up at the 21-yard line. Eugene Marv was there for the Buffalo Bills. Number 42, Rod Cook.
Going for the tackle. He is the ball man, or the man that goes after the ball. He doesn't have a lane responsibility. That time, as you can see, he wasn't happy that he missed the tackle.
Jerry Bell and Gordon Jones in the lineup. So they open with 2 tight ends, with Giles and Bell in the lineup. Play action, Williams throws too strong. Offensively, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, number 12, Doug Williams, the quarterback. James Owens, the running back, is hurt, will probably not play today. In the normal set, we'll see Wilder and Carver. However, we will also see only a remaining back with Wilder. 2 tight ends will also go with 3 wide receivers. Jones, House, and Giles are your receivers. And you have a look at the offensive line with the change on the right side, as Sean Farrell, for the 2nd week in a row, is at offensive right tackle rather than right guard because of the calf injury to Charlie Hanna. 2nd down and 10. It is incomplete. Theo Bell, the intended receiver. Charles Romes has the coverage. So the Buccaneers come out firing. It'll be 3rd and 10 at the 22. And the defense that they're going at, basically for the Buffalo Bills, is Williams, Smerlis, and White, and Fred Smerlis, the nose tackle, as Lynn mentioned at the top of the show, having an excellent season. Linebackers, Parker, Marv, Keating, and Robertson. Eugene Marv, taken in the 3rd round of the draft from Saginaw Valley State. He has been the big surprise. Clark, Freeman, Simpson, and Romes in the secondary. Over the middle. Had the first down, may have given it back. It was Kevin House picking up 11, and that should do it. Romes with the tackle. I thought maybe, Lynn, when he gave ground back that he might lose the first down. But he's
coming out of the backfield, circling around underneath the linebackers. What is happening? The linebackers, defensive backs, because of the strong arm of Doug Williams, they're getting back, protecting the long pass. And he has to come underneath to try to bring those linebackers up so that then he can go behind the linebackers. We have an injured player on the field right now.
Charles Romes, the man who made the tackle, is still down, so we have an injury timeout. The play picked up 11 from the 22 to the 33. And for the Buccaneers, that is their first down of the ball game. The Bills lead it by a score of 6-0 with 12-12 the time remaining in the first quarter.
I think we'll find the game plan of Tampa Bay, because the linebackers are getting the great depth they do. They have to throw underneath those linebackers first to bring them up. But you know that somewhere along the line that Doug Williams is going to go deep.
Now, Lamar Parrish has replaced Romes at defensive right cornerback. Williams knows this. He'll go at it.
They've thrown 3 in a row. They may want to run the football.
Little bobble on the snap, and not that smooth an execution with pressure from the Buffalo Bills. So it will be 2nd down and 10, still at the 33. Now for an update, let's go to New York City.
This is Len Berman in New York, and the Cleveland Browns intentionally take a safety. Cox, the punter, takes the 2 points because they now lead 10-9, but with 6 seconds left, it looks like Cleveland will do it to Pittsburgh.
Thank you, Lynn. I'm really surprised. I thought the Steelers would just destroy the Browns.
Amazing that Paul McDonald, making the first start for the Cleveland Browns, did a fine job under terrible conditions.
Quick out far side. The ball is loose. It'll be a fumble, and the Bills will have the football. Kevin House had it, dropped it, and I believe it was Mario Clark who recovered the fumble. And the Bills with the football in excellent field position.
And once again, a mistake by Tampa Bay. Here it is. He gets the ball out on a little hitch pattern. House has the reception. Now he's trying to make a move on Mario Clark, and Mario strips him of the ball right there. Here it comes out. 45 Bill Simpson is over there along with Mario Clark. They come up with the football. Now that's 2 mistakes by Tampa Bay already. They let the fake field goal attempt work. They're down 6 points.
The ball at the Tampa Bay 38-yard line. Bramer, the tight end, shows motion. Ferguson, lots of time to Bramer, back over the middle to the 32. He has 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 as Scott Brantley makes the tackle.
We've talked about Joe Ferguson and Doug Williams, the quarterback that has a hot hand. Of course, Ferguson has an advantage. They've got big breaks early here in the first quarter. Joe has not been throwing the ball the way that he has in the past. He's had some outstanding games, and he's quite capable of doing it. He's also been playing, of course, up in Buffalo, where the weather has been just awful conditions for throwing the football.
Cribbs back into the offensive set. He and Leaks, the 2 running backs. They're split. But they run again from a basic passing formation to the 29-yard line is Cribbs. It'll be 3rd down and a yard. But Buffalo does like to split their backs and then run, which is normally showing pass.
Well, I think what Tampa Bay will do, they've got that 3-4 defensive alignment, and they may bend or give, but they don't give up. They want to give up the big plays. And so with Joe Cribbs is the main weapon for the Buffalo Bills, you're going to get him the football as much as you possibly can. Now, when those linebackers start jamming up inside, getting up by the line of scrimmage to stop the running game, that's when Ferguson will throw play passes.
Ferguson completing 1 of 2 throws for 6 yards. 3rd down and 1. Roosevelt leaks close to the first down. The defense pushes him back. They will mark the point of the advance at around the 28, which is close to the first down, as the nose tackle Dave Logan and the cornerback Norris Thomas were there.
We mentioned the top of the show, 2 outstanding nose tackles. Fred Smirlis for Buffalo. The other one is number 76. And that is David Logan, and he's having an outstanding season. Coming in and making the stop. 4th down situation coming up. Good play by that defense. They did not bend that time. They became very aggressive, and they'll do that in short yardage situations.
4th down, still a yard to go. Booker Reese checks in. They'll show a 4-man front defensively. Buster Barnett is in. 2 tight ends for the Buffalo Bills. 4th and 1, they go for it. Leaks over the top, and he is pushed back. He may not have made it. Cecil Johnson and Leroy Selman met him. It is the point of the football. That is what is marked. The forward progress of the football. It is cited by the line judge or the head linesman, depending on the side you're on. He marks it straight down, and that is it. The Bills signal that they have it.
They may have made it, but that was an outstanding play by that defense. 2 in a row. Leroy Selman coming up, making the hit. On the line of scrimmage.
By 3 inches. The Buccaneers have held, and they take over.
Here it is. These are plays that change the complexion of a ball game around. You're seeing the linebacker coming in there. 56 is Johnson. 63 Leroy Selman. Everybody else is coming in. Hugh Green, number 53, and they stop him short. They're going to get the football back. So the turnover, the fumble really didn't hurt them. They're fortunate in that respect.
Buffalo leading 6-0. The touchdown by Roosevelt Leaks, missed extra point. 9:20 time remaining first quarter. Melvin Carver, mark it for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10, as Ben Williams was the first man there for the Buffalo Bills defense. Williams, number 77, 6'3", 245-pounder. He has 3 sacks. He, Fred Smirlis, Sherman White, the front 3 for the Bills.
He will also be working on Sean Farrell, the number 1 draft choice out of Penn State, that has moved from the guard position to the tackle position because of the injury to Hannah. He's going to have his hands full with Ben Williams.
Williams just dumps it off to Wilder. Wilder's the first down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 13 yards on the play. Irvin Parker with the tackle. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. We'd like to welcome those of you who've been watching the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game. The final score there was Cleveland 10, Pittsburgh 9. Here it is Buffalo 6 and Tampa Bay nothing.
And here it is Doug Williams just dumping it over the line of scrimmage to Wilder, the running back who incidentally leads all receivers in receptions this year with 31. That makes his 32nd reception. Didn't look like much, but they picked up a first down.
At the Tampa Bay 42-yard line. And the Buccaneers, they come out throwing. Now they stay on the ground. This is Carver. He tries the left side to the 46, picks up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Is Chris Keating, inside right linebacker, is the man who makes the stop.
And they picked up about 4 or 5 yards on that play. 4 yards, I believe. 5 yards on that play, Charlie. It didn't look like much. But when you're in 2nd and 5, it's a lot better, you know, than being in 2nd and 10.
The Buffalo Bills, the number 1 defensive team in the National Football League. Jimmy Giles tied it in motion, play action. Slipping and then throwing and missing. It's incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down. Theo Bell, the intended receiver. And Doug Williams having a problem with his footing, but not the problems that they've been, either ball club has faced the past weekend because of the bad weather. Here the temperature in the mid-60s. Sunny, reasonably warm, and a good footing here at the stadium.
I'm surprised to see him slipping on that play. He had his receivers spread out. There's Bill Nelson, who's calling the offensive plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Charles Rones back in the defensive set at right corner. Rod Cush is in defensively as the nickel back. Williams completing 3 on 7, and 2 flags are down. 1 drop back at the 35, which would be holding against the Buccaneers. And one drop downfield of the 40, which may be defensive pass interference. Wilder, the intended receiver for Tampa Bay.
I don't know how he got that ball in there, Charlie. I know that he's had an outstanding arm. I have not seen Doug Williams play.
This is your first opportunity.
Time to see him live. Of course, I've seen him on
Illegal contact, 26, defense. Holding, 75, offense. Encroachment, defense, offside, offense, replay.
Multiple choices here.
That's a total of 4 penalties, 2 aside, and we'll do it again.
I thought the referee was going to write it all down to get it all straight. Fred Silva is the referee.
I was going to say, Fred, that's the end of the first quarter. You keep going. No, we have 7 minutes. 7:01 left to go in the first period. 3rd down and 5. Tampa Bay at their own 46-yard line. They've not been out of their territory. Flag down far side. Pass is incomplete. Wilder, the intended receiver. Flag dropped over at the 46. Isaiah Robertson picking up Wilder as he came out of the backfield. Offsides Buffalo. Oh, this is interesting because it may be the first down. It was 3rd down and 5. When they mark this one off, it'll be very close to the first down. Fisher will step and spot the ball.
Defense, number 77, offside. Same guy.
At the Buffalo 49-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and about half a yard, we'll call it.
Well, this is the first situation for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to get an idea of what they think that they can do in the short yardage situation. Generally, your best play, the power play that you think you can get the first down running with is what they'll go with. And here's a play pass.
Jones was in motion. The pass is intercepted. Steve Freeman with the interception.
Doug Williams
is decked at the 47-yard line.
And that was Doug Williams, a quarterback that hit him, and Williams is still down, or getting up very slowly right now.
14 yards on the return. And we've got a timeout with the score. Buffalo 6, Tampa Bay nothing, and the Bills have the football. Today's game is brought to you by Chevrolet. Chevrolet is USA 1, and USA 1 is taking charge. By Intellivision, endless entertainment from Mattel Electronics, and by the U.S. Armed Forces. It's a great place to start. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. We're in Tampa Bay, 6:45. Time remaining first quarter. Buffalo leading 6-0. They have the football. The report on Doug Williams, Lynn.
Well, they had to carry him or help him over to the bench and set him down. He made a terrific hit on the sidelines. As you can see right now, they're talking to him. He hit him with his head. Now, I just know what happens. He's a big, strong guy, and somebody intercepted his pass. He got irritated at that. So you can see that the other quarterback, Goldstein, Jerry Goldstein, is warming up. I expect to see him in when Tampa Bay gets the ball back.
Line of scrimmage at Tampa Bay 45-yard line following the interception. Cribbs coming inside. He will have 2 yards to the 43, so it'll be 2nd down and 8. Now for the Buccaneers, Doug Williams has been the quarterback every down this year. The backup quarterback that you just saw, number 11, is Jerry Goldstein of Northern Illinois. He was with the Giants for a couple of years in 77 and 78, and then I believe with Detroit, and then he was out of football, and he was in the minor leagues a little, and is now back in the NFL. And the number 3 quarterback is Jeff Quinn of Nebraska, who is in his first year. All right, 2nd down 8. Cribbs and Leaks, the 2 running backs. Ferguson to throw, sends 5 on the pattern. Far side, perfect interception. Washington with the interception, his 3rd of the year. And he really anticipated the play.
He did a great job of reading that one. Now also a great job of coming up with it. Here it is. Ferguson going back. A turnover by the Buffalo Bills. Out. Washington diving in. Comes up. When we come back in a minute, they'll have the ball.
You know,
Doug Williams back in the ballgame at quarterback.
That it really surprises me because he laid on the ground there for a couple of minutes. I know he's tough now because they picked him up and carried him over to the bench. And I know he's a great competitor and he wants to play.
At the Buffalo 44-yard line, first down, following the interception of Washington. This is Carver. He'll lose a yard on the play as Chris Keating, number 52, was there. Interesting about Keating. He's in his 4th year from Maine. They say he's not fast, he's not quick, but he's tough and he's always in position.
Well, I'll tell you this, that was a great defensive play by the defensive unit. It looks like to me, looking at Buffalo, they play very well as a unit, as a team. They're always in the right spot. There was 3 defensive men around that ball carrier that time.
2nd and 11. Williams throws over the middle and it's dropped by James Wilder. Should have had it.
Buffalo that time put some heat on Doug Williams. They didn't get to him, but they're doing it without rushing linebackers. Here he is going back, throwing over the middle, trying to get it to Wilder.
Now, that's the first time, this game's first time that you've seen Doug Williams in person. One of the things that everybody has said about him, and I want to know as a former quarterback, is this true? Is he still throwing the short passes too quickly, too strong?
That pass was not. That was a fine pass. It's very catchable.
So he does have the short touch.
Well, he did that time.
3rd and 11. Goes back over the middle all alone. Jimmy Giles, the tight end. First down, converting on 3rd and 11, and Rod Cush makes the tackle, a gain of 16 yards.
Charlie, I believe on that play you can credit the offensive line of Tampa Bay providing him enough time to look to his left. He finally comes back to Jimmy Giles over the middle, who is just drifting underneath the linebackers. No one around him, picks up 16 yards in the first down. Now for the first time, Tampa Bay is looking at some turf, some territory that is fairly close to the goal line.
In motion, the second back through is Carver. Gain of 5 to the 24. 2nd down and 5.
That Carver is an interesting story, Charlie. I was up here at training camp talking to John McKay, the coach, and this young man was not drafted. He's out of Las Vegas. And he was looking at him, he says, he may be the best running back we have up here. He says, he kept scratching his head thinking, well, is it really true? Is he really that good? I think they have a lot of faith in that young man.
Double tight end on the set. This is Wilder. On a 2nd and 5, he goes to the 21. Has 3, it'll be 3rd down and a pair as Urban Parker makes the tackle.
Now we're coming up to another short yardage situation for Tampa Bay. The last time you may recall, short yardage, 3rd and short, he attempted to pass, it was intercepted. That shows me that they have a great deal of respect for that Buffalo defensive unit.
Buffalo in the 6 games of the season, their record is 4-2. They have allowed only 5 touchdowns by their opponent. Close to the first down. James Wilder. Mario Clark was there, number 29 for the Buffalo Bills.
Here it is taking it ground level. 26 is Charles Romes, and he gets upfield in a hurry when he reads that it's going to be a run. He makes the hit, doesn't bring him down right there, but I was talking about team defense. Now 29 is Mario Clark. He is right there. You see that the other defensive back, Bill Simpson, he is there. That's what team defense is all about. Now what are we going to do?
Shy of the first down by just about a foot.
You're 2 and 4. You want to make it to the playoffs. You're 6 points down. I know it's still 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Sometimes you have to take chances. Doug Williams remains in the ball game. 4th down. You're going to see a lot of bodies up there this time.
What would would you think about a little play action and a looping pass to the right corner of the end zone?
The way that Williams is capable of running, well, he's going to take it himself.
That's no fun. It took all the conjecture
And
out.
besides that, he was smart. He went on a quick count. He didn't let that defense get an opportunity to get set in there. Good call.
Got the first down.
But I was going to say a good play because Williams' ability to run. Here it is, a quick count. He's up and over. Doug is about 6'4" or 6'5". He's paying for it, though, because those guys are banging out there.
18-yard line. Williams second in quarterback yards rushing in the NFL.
He does a lot of that on his own. David Woodley, for example, they have plays designed for him to run with, those quarterback draw plays.
Pass is complete to Giles, the tight end. No, it's O'Branovic. They are going with a double tight end set. Urban Parker, the first man there for the defense, and Eugene Meyer, the rookie from Saginaw Valley State, the second man. Gain of 7.
Tampa Bay's game plan, I don't think they believe that they can run consistently on this Buffalo Bills team. And I would have to agree with them. When you take a look at the #1 defensive team in the National Football League, you got to hit them with short passes and be content to move down the field and hope that you don't give the football away.
And Tampa Bay came out throwing, establishing the pass from the top of the ballgame. Carver. Steve Freeman with the tackle. And we may be looking at another measurement.
Got a final score in a high-scoring game. Minnesota defeating Detroit by the score of 34-31.
See, you got to look out for Minnesota. Everybody kind of overlooks them in the race for the Super Bowl. First down and goal to go just inside the 8-yard line.
Big play right now. I say a big play right now because this is the area that right now Buffalo wants to stop. And this is a good area to throw a pass right now.
And first down is the key. Play action. Throws, it's intercepted in the end zone. Eugene Meyer, the rookie, has his first interception of the season. Second of the ball game for the Bills, and their 10th of the year. Third turnover by the Buccaneers.
It was a time to pass, but that was a time when no one was open to just throw the ball into the stands. He has no time at all to locate the defensive end. He turns, he gets hit, and he throws the ball into the hands of the linebacker. Another big break for Buffalo. When we come back, they'll have the ball on the 20-yard line.
Marv with the interception, but the man who set it up was Steve Freeman.
Take a look now. Blitzing from the outside. Williams doesn't see him. He's looking to his left. All of a sudden, he feels the pressure right now. He gets rid of the football, but what he should have tried to do, and maybe he was trying to do it, throw the football away because he hit the linebacker, Eugene Marv, right in the stomach. Marv didn't really know what to do. The first time probably he caught the ball in the end zone. He didn't know whether to run out with it or stay there, but he made the right decision to stay there.
57 seconds left to go first quarter. Buffalo with the ball at their own 20-yard line. The Bills lead it 6-0 on a Roosevelt League's 8-yard touchdown. Cribb to the 29-yard line, almost to the 30. It'll be second down as Cedric Brown stops him. Let's check the scoreboard.
Fourth quarter score, Green Bay leading Baltimore 20-13. Kansas City ahead of, that's not Dallas, they're playing Denver. 3-0 in the second quarter.
Nick Lowry, 47-yard field goal. Second down and about half a yard to go for the first down. Roosevelt Leaks picking up the first down to the 34-yard line, a gain of 5. Cecil Johnson and Leroy Shelvin both there for the defense.
Charlie, I'm impressed with Roosevelt Leaks. He's running with a lot more authority. Here it is right here. Logan is a nose tackle, and you must control that nose tackle to get your running game going. That time, the center, Will Grant, did a fine job of wrapping him up, and they made first down as this quarter has come to an end.
The score with 1 in the books and 3 to go. The Buffalo Bills 6, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 0. We'll be back with the second period in just a moment. Stay with us. 2 games remaining in the regular season, and if you will notice, Buffalo finishes up on the road and Tampa Bay finishes up at home. Could be an advantage for both because the bad weather in Buffalo, but the Bills don't feel that way. They want to get you up in that refrigerator at home because they can beat you.
Well, they've had such a tremendous record at home. They're not going home after this game, by the way. Charlie, they're staying down in Florida because they're taking on Miami next week.
Cribbs the remaining back. First down from the 34-yard line. Fumble. Another turnover, the 5th of the ball game. Andy Hawkins has it for the Buccaneers. 2 turnovers charged against Buffalo and 3 against Tampa Bay.
Here it is, Joe Cribbs. The ball never really gets a hold of the football. Bouncing around. Watch the bounce. It bounces right straight to Andy Hawkins. He's laying on the ground. You couldn't ask for a bigger break than that. Tampa Bay getting the break. There's, you said, 5 turnovers already as the second quarter just gets underway. This time, Tampa Bay gets the ball in excellent field position.
And this is a dry field.
Yes.
Officially, it's the 31-yard line of the Bills. First down. Carver in trouble, and he'll lose a couple of yards. Parker, the first man there for the defense, and Clark the second.
They may be thinking about changing the cleats on their shoes because here it is. Giles going in motion. The ball gets back to the tailback, but you see it slips right, goes down. He hopes to get back to the line of scrimmage. He actually does a pretty good job to get back near the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 11 or 2nd and 12 now. As you can see, the field is clear now. The sun is not a problem.
3 wide receivers in the ballgame for the Buccaneers. Screen. The pass is complete to Wilder. Robertson covers him behind the screen as Isaiah anticipated the play.
Isaiah did a great job on that play. He read it all the way. That was his man. He was not fooled.
Loss of 6. They're down 18.
I said, you know, what's been happening here, both teams are defeating themselves. Tampa Bay got the ball on the 31-yard line, I believe it was, with the fumble recovery. Now they're losing yardage on 2 plays. One looked like a very basic pitch out, and the other was a screen pass.
And 3 times in the ballgame, Buffalo's had excellent field position to capitalize only once. Buccaneers have a very tough defense also. Third down, 18, swing right side to Wilder to the 30-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about 9 as he picks up 9. Rod Cush was there for the Bills.
I'm sure looking to pick up some yardage to get them in field goal range. Here it is. This is an outlet pass. This is not a screen, as you'll see a lot of times it is that when you throw the ball out here. But getting the ball out to Wilder, hoping that the defensive backs are going to get some depth and they can pick up some yardage. He wasn't looking to pick up the first down that way. He was just looking to get his field goal kicker into position to make it.
Capiche kicking from the 39, an attempt of 49 yards. He's hit from 51, and he has hit his last 6 in a row. It is no good. Off to the left. So Capiche misses from 49 yards. The score remains Buffalo 6, Tampa Bay nothing. 12:34 left to go in the first half. We'll be back in a moment. You don't think there isn't just a touch of ham in this gentleman? He took his cap off, he patted his hair down, then he put his radio earphones up, then he was all set for the shot. We appreciate it.
Well, one thing, it didn't take him very long to pat his hair down.
No, it didn't. You and I don't have that problem, of course. The Bills with the football on their own 30-yard line. That was the line of scrimmage on the missed field goal attempt with Cribbs and Leaks, the 2 running backs. First down. Play action. Ferguson throws far side. It is Jerry Butler, and he has it at the 45-yard line. Gain of 15, first down. Norris Thomas was there for the defense.
That was a great catch by Butler, and this is why you're going to understand he is considered one of the finest receivers in the National Football League. Makes the great catch, gets the feet down. It is high, makes the reception, and bear in mind there isn't a whole lot of room over there because he gets a little push there by Norris Thomas, number 41, and there is a concrete wall over there, Charlie. That's what I was referring to.
And also Jerry Butler bothered by a thigh injury. Frank Lewis, the other wide receiver, bothered by a back injury. Roosevelt leads. 47-yard line, has 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Now let's take a look at the standings in the AFC. As you know, 8 teams will be making the playoff. Raiders, Cincinnati, Jets, Miami, Buffalo. They all look like they have a strong shot at it. San Diego, Pittsburgh. Right now, New England, Seattle, a big ball game, because the winner of that has a much better chance, of course, to lose. And what about this? Cleveland now, they're back in the running.
7 teams in the AFC have 4 or more victories.
2nd down 8. Cribbs, and he is decked from behind at the line of scrimmage. The momentum of the hit by Andy Hawkins may carry him for another yard. But everybody playing their games in the AFC and the NFC of what will be the 8 teams. We'll look at the NFC in a moment. Let's go back to the replay.
Well, here it is. Joe Cribbs looking for some space, someplace to go. Look at the defense. Talking about team defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those orange shirts around there. Number 59 is Andy Hawkins bringing him down, but that's great team defense. Both teams are displaying that today.
3rd down and 8. Shotgun formation. Blitz, all out blitz. Pass is complete to Cribbs. 1st down. 40-yard line of Tampa Bay. Cedric Brown there for the defense. A gain of 13, and Ferguson read the blitz coming.
He did a great job. He knew he had to get rid of it in a hurry. Number 20, Joe Cribbs, he sees the blitz too. He has to know that that linebacker is going, so he has to get out, get his head and shoulders turned, look at the quarterback, and be in a position to receive the football. He did an outstanding job. You can see all of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going after Ferguson. No one is near him. Number 34 for the Cedric Brown is the only one close to Joe Cribbs, and he knocked him out of bounds. But it is a first.
Roosevelt Leaks is the remaining back. 1st down just outside the Tampa Bay 40-yard line. Bills with an extra receiver in the offensive set, going to Mark Bramer, the tight end. Andy Hawkins was there for the defense. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 40-yard line.
I don't know if Joe is a little concerned there. He had 3 men out in that area. He was looking to read the linebacker, see where the linebacker went. Maybe one of his receivers turned out and he wanted him in, or maybe turned in and he wanted him out.
Cribbs coming back in. Buster Barnett, the number 2 tight end who was in on that last set, goes out. Butler wide to the far side. Lewis wide to the near side. Inside. Buffalo retains possession at about the 36-yard line. Hugh Green was there for Tampa Bay.
You would
3rd down and 6.
You would think this is bad weather. That ball is popping around out there. It looks like ideal conditions. You're taking a look at the replay, and the hit by 53 Hugh Green, who's considered one of the finest linebackers in the National Football League, and he's just in his 2nd year. We're looking at a 3rd and 5 situation right now, and I'm sure that they would like to get at least a little closer for the field goal kicker to get an opportunity to kick it.
Defensively, Booker Reese and John Holt in the ballgame. Passing down from the shotgun. Pressure off Ferguson. He is sacked. First sack of the ball game. The 20th for the Buccaneers. Booker Reese got him. Now, Ferguson for the Buffalo Bills sacked only 6 times this year.
Charlie, they
sacked only 6 times.
They got to him without blitzing linebackers. Here it is, 66. The rookie Booker Reese out of Bethune-Cookman, their number 2 draft choice, gets a hold of that jersey, and down he goes. And I said what Ferguson was looking for was at least get into a little better field goal range for Herrera, but now we got the punter out there.
A loss of 17, so it's 4th down and forever. Greg Cater to kick. First punt of the ball game. John Holt and Theo Bell are set for the return. Flag is down. The Bills use the 30-second clock in its entirety. That will cost them 5, and they'll still have to kick.
They don't want to bring him back too much further because he just boomed the ball out there.
Delayed. Number 7. 4th down.
He's only averaging around 37 yards per kick, which is last in the AFC.
Takes a Buffalo roll to the 12-yard line. 45 yards on the punt and the roll by Greg Cater. We'll be back in just a moment.
Mike Adamle in our New York studios in Denver. The Kansas City Chiefs are trying to avert their 5th consecutive defeat. Eric Harris here picks off Steve DeBerg's pass. He's off to the races, 55 yards in all. A nice cutback. He scores a touchdown, and the Chiefs lead the Denver Broncos 10-0. Let's rejoin Charlie Jones.
All right, thank you for the update. Now we'll get back to this ball game. They're giving Lynn Dawson the bird. No, they're not. Doug Williams has completed a 7 of 14 for 55 yards, 2 interceptions. Melvin Carver. Carver to the 25-yard line, a gain of 13 on a 1st down. Charles Rose makes the tackle. That's the best 1st down play for the Bucs. They've been averaging just about 1.5 yards on 1st down. One of the reasons for that low number is the fact that they've been throwing so much. They came out to establish the pass right from the beginning of the ball game, and they weren't completing it on 1st down.
That is the first time that anybody saw what they call a hole or an opening. Good blocking by the offensive line.
Giles and O'Branovich, the tight ends, are both in there. Giles to the 40. Outstanding pass by Williams. Boy, does he fire the ball. 15 on the play. 1st down. Simpson with a tackle.
Well, when they say somebody has a rifle arm, this is what they're talking about. If he didn't have as strong an arm as he has, he would never have got that ball in. You can say between the 2 defensive players, the outstretched arms of the linebacker, that's 54, Marv. Giles, once he gets the football, he can do something with it. He's a good runner. Wilder, 32, trying to make a block, but that was an outstanding throw by Doug Williams.
40-yard line, 1st down, Tampa Bay territory. Carver. 6 yards to the 46, 2nd down, 4.
Well, now, last time they ran on 1st down, they picked up a 1st down. Here is Marr, 54. Coming up, reading the play, avoiding the block. He's able to do that. Comes up and gets involved in the tackle. He does make the tackle with some help from his friends, but he picked up good yardage on 1st down, putting Doug Williams in a position at 2nd and 4 to do most anything that he wants to.
Carver, 8 carries, 31 yards rushing. O'Branovich is in, a double tight end set. 2nd and 4. Wilder gets the call, and he'll pick up 2. It'll be 3rd down and 2, and Sherman White was the man who covered it.
Wilder did well to pick up that yardage because he was met in the backfield about 2 yards deep.
6 minutes and 51 seconds. That is the time remaining. In the 1st half, Buffalo leading 6-0. The first score came at the 12:52 mark of the 1st period. A 39-yard drive in 6 plays. Roosevelt League scored from 8 yards out. And Mike Mosley set it up. Opening kickoff return of 50 yards. 3 wide receivers now for the Buccaneers on 3rd down and 2. 40-yard line. Kevin House, 30-yard line. Or is it Gordon Jones? No, it's Gordon Jones. Bill Simpson finally stopped it for the defense. And again, Doug Williams turns and just fires the football A pickup at 26 yards. Big play.
He can only throw it if he gets time to throw. Here it is. The big guy's up in the pit doing the job of blocking. That is the pocket. The pocket is formed, and one good thing about Doug Williams, he's 6 feet 4 inches tall. He can see over most of those guys, but he drills it between two defensive men. Gordon Jones makes a reception. He should have waited on number 32 Wilder, though, and let him get up and make a block. He might have been able to spring him.
At the 26-yard line, first down. Carver to the 23, a gain of 3, second down and 7. Bill Simpson with the tackle. Key block up front for the left guard, number 72, Ray Snell for Tampa Bay.
Well, they're seeing some holes out there. Number 54 is Marv, who we've been talking about. And here is the block. Roberts on him, and this is taking a man out of the play. Does a fine job.
Doug Williams has completed 9 of 16, 96 yards. He's been intercepted twice.
Look out.
As a blitz from the blind side, gets the pass off to Wilder, and Wilder out of bounds. He barely got it off. Parker saves the first down.
Williams has no idea that from his blind side he is about to be greeted by linebacker Chris Keating, but he just gets the football off. That strong arm to Wilder, getting it out to Wilder on the sideline. Almost picked up a first down, but they are in excellent field position. They have two choices if they want to. They can run it twice, go on fourth down if they want to, or they can go for the field goal if they don't make it.
We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
WRC-TV Channel 4, Washington, D.C.
Wilder to the 10, to the 8-yard line. Out of bounds, maybe the 7. Parker bumps him out, a gain of 11. It'll be first down and goal to go. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, 5:29 left to go in the half. The Buccaneers on the move.
Number 1 receiver for Tampa Bay is this man, number 32, Wilder. Getting the ball out to him with the short yardage situation. Parker makes the tackle, but it's Charlie kind of like a long handoff, much like San Diego would do with Fouts and Muncie. Just get the ball out to that back, let somebody try to make an open field tackle on him.
Wilder, the remaining back. Giles and O'Badovich, the 2 tight ends. Wilder to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5. Second down, goal to go. Buffalo leading by a score of 6-0 on Leake's 8-yard touchdown. Herrera missed the extra point.
Wilder coming around, good block. Roberts is 61, 62, although you don't see him in the picture. Now you do right there. Farrell also makes an outstanding block, providing some space for Wilder to go.
And this drive started back on the Tampa Bay 12-yard line.
I look for them, since it's a second down, they're down by 6 points. They go for it. They got 3 shots to go for the touchdown.
Wilder and Carver, the running back. Little play action. Touchdown, but a flag is down. To Melvin Carver, but there's a flag down.
You know, that play was completed, but that is a dangerous throw, throwing all the way across the field. He was wide open. But only a man with a very strong arm can get away with something like that. Take a look at it here. Here is the fake to Wilder, and you can see right in front, you can see him to the left of your screen, is Carver sneaking over there. Williams comes back. It's going against the grain. The flow was to the other side. Carver went against the flow. He was wide open in the end zone. Tampa Bay is on the board. The score is tied, and they're looking to go ahead.
And for Carver, that is his first touchdown in the National Football League. Extra point attempt by Bill Capice is good. And the Buccaneers lead by 1. It is Tampa Bay 7 and Buffalo 6 with 4:36 left to go in the first half. One more look at the touchdown. We'll be back with the kickoff. 4:36 left to go, first half. Mosley at the 3-yard line. He had a 50-yard return on the opening kickoff. He's to the 20, to the 25, 30, out of bounds, 31-yard line. Another good return. John O was there for the Buccaneers. And 88-yard touchdown drive by Tampa Bay in 10 plays, starting at their own 12-yard line.
I'll tell you, since Buffalo got that great opening kickoff, returning it, and also the fake field goal, eventually got in for the score. They really haven't done much. They've turned that football over twice.
All right, let's see if Joe Ferguson can get something going. Cribbs, the remaining back. .38-yard line, gain of 6, second down 4. Stalls and Brown there for the defense.
Also, another man was around there. Number 63, Leroy Selman, who is an outstanding defensive end. A lot of players feel he is the best defensive end in the National Football League. He never quits, never stops. He's always hustling. Talked to Barry Switzer the other day at a luncheon, who will be the coach of Oklahoma at the Fiesta Bowl game that you and I will be there. And he said that he feels that Leroy was the best player he ever coached. And you know, there have been a couple of good ones at Oklahoma.
There have been a lot of good ones at Oklahoma. Curtis Brown in the backfield. He gets the call. And he breaks it to the 48-yard line of Tampa Bay. A gain of 14, first down. Neil Colsey with the tackle.
Curtis Brown found an opening there. He had both arms wrapped around the football because he was figured he's going to get hit. But good blocking by the offensive line. You see 54, Hugh Green is blocked there, and everybody's tied up. He's got both arms around it. Now all of a sudden he said, I'm in the open field. Makes a good run, and I said, Buffalo hadn't been doing much since that first drive in the first quarter. They're on the move now.
Bills averaging first down, 5 yards on the first down, as Roosevelt Leak will add to that average as he picks up a first down on first down. Hugh Green with the tackle, a gain of 13. Andy Hawkins also there.
I'm very impressed with Roosevelt Leaks.
Oh, he's running well.
I've seen him, you know, when he came in as a rookie, he is really running with authority. Now here's the offensive line going out, trying to seal up and tie up those defensive linemen, but 48 Leaks, you see, he just pushed one guy aside. He goes by 2 or 3 others. Hugh Green is finally there, wraps him up along with 2 or 3 of his other players to bring him down. But Roosevelt Leaks made a lot of that yardage on his own. He's running very strongly.
And he just went out of the ball game, and he needed a bit of assistance on the far side. Booker Moore has replaced him. Leaks 33 yards rushing and 7 carries. Curtis Brown, 29-yard line, gain of 6. Second down and 4. Hugh Green with the tackle. Cecil Johnson also there for Tampa Bay. The 2-minute warning will now be given to both benches, so we'll take a timeout. Tampa Bay 7 and Buffalo 6 will be back for the closing moments of the first half in just a moment. This is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson now with 2 minutes to go in the first half here at Tampa Bay between the Buccaneers and the Buffalo Bills, with Tampa Bay leading by 1, 7-6. Stay with us at halftime for NFL 82. Lynn Berman and company, Mike Adamle, Byron Day. The Axe is there. They'll all be Bill McAtee. They'll be updating everything that's going on. Quick score before this play. Dallas leading New Orleans 14-0. Cribbs sweep to the right side, and he's in trouble. They'll string him out. Flag is down. A loss of a couple on the play is Cedric Brown, the free safety. The linebacker to the Buccaneers stringing the play out. He had no place to go.
Joe Cribbs, number 20, the man that makes Buffalo go, coming out looking for a hole. He wants to cut upfield. He's going sideways now. You don't make any yardage doing it that way. Good defensive play by Tampa Bay. Cedric Brown, number 34, the safety, coming along, stringing it out, making the tackle. They're talking to Tampa Bay because there was a flag down.
And it's against Buffalo.
Now that's things that really hurt you. You're on a roll. You're moving, picking up 4 and 5, 6 yards on first down. Now you're going to put yourself in a passing
Offense,
situation.
right end, holding. Second.
Down will go over. Second down and 14.
Now you're going to have Tampa Bay. They're a team that likes to bring linebackers, and this is a passing situation. They know they want to put some heat on Joe Cribbs.
only a three-man rush. Over the middle, pass is complete to the tight end, Mark Bramer, to the 30-yard line. He picks up 9. Scott Brantley with the tackle, along with Cecil Johnson. Dave Stahls putting some pressure on it. As Stahls, Logan, and Selman, the three-man rush that came with it, dropped everybody else back.
At 8 men defending gets a pass. Ferguson, Joe did a good job of getting the ball to an open receiver. As all those 8 people are doing is backing up and taking a look at that quarterback, see where his eyes go, where his head goes. That's where they're going to go.
Ferguson, 4 of 7 for 38 yards. The Bills have rushed for 95. Tampa Bay, they have rushed for 48 yards. Booker Moore in the backfield. Lou Pacone in the offensive set from the shotgun. Almost intercepted at 25 by Cedric Brown. He would have picked up a quick 6. 75 yards of real estate and clear green in front.
Oh, this is a nightmare for a quarterback, for one thing, because Joe Ferguson is looking at it now. He's seeing Cedric Brown come up there. Had he come up with a football, it's all the way. The only guy that had a chance of stopping him if he had caught the football would have been the quarterback, Joe Ferguson. Now you see how important that hold was. Took it back 10 yards.
49-yard field goal attempt. It's good from 49 yards out. Efren Herrera, who missed an extra point, now converts from 49 yards away. Buffalo back in front, 9-7. We'll be back. With 1 minute to go in the first half, Herrera kicking off with Michael Morton and Melvin Carver, the 2 deep backs for Tampa Bay. They're not that deep at the 5 and the 10-yard line. They do not respect his distance on the kickoff. This one is picked up at the 22-yard line. George Yarno, the guard that returned it?
So he was a lineman, I know that.
I saw Sean Farrell. No, I guess it was Yarno. There it is.
Yeah, now he says, now give me a shot.
There it is. He's ready. Okay, George.
What are you going to do now? Put me in the backfield. Change my number to a 30 or 40. Doug Williams has 53 seconds to get him in position to get some points. That's plenty of time.
And he has completed his last 7 passes in a row. And he goes deep. Has a man, he overthrows it. Going to Gordon Jones. He missed him by about 4 or 5 yards. There'll be 2nd down and 10, back at the Tampa Bay 36, with 47 seconds left to go in the first half. And at halftime, NFL 82. For all the scores and the highlights of what has been happening today, and also, I'm sure, a look at yesterday where the Raiders beat the Rams 37-31 and Miami edged the Jets 20-19. A lot of exciting football on Saturday.
The kickers are back in the game yesterday.
Little pressure, but Williams rolls outside of it, sidearms it, complete at the 45-yard line and out of bounds to Gerald Carter. Steve Freeman was there for the defense. Be a gain of 9, so it'll be 3rd down and 1.
Well, that gives you an indication of the kind of arm that this young man has. He threw that thing sidearm and he drilled it along the side. One fortunate thing for him, he was moving to his right. He being right-handed, it's easier to put a lot of zip on the ball. But I've seen him roll to his left and do the same thing.
41 seconds left to go in the first half. Buffalo 9, Tampa Bay 7. And we have a timeout on the field. And a time now for Doug Williams to come talk to his head coach, John McKay. The Buccaneers, their record is 2-4. They still could make the playoffs, but they've got to win the last 3. The Bills, their record is 4-2. They're in good shape. We've got a timeout. We'll be back to Tampa Bay in just a moment. John McKay, the head coach of Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers now with a double tight end set. Jimmy Giles and Jim Obradovic. Gordon Jones is the wide receiver, but he's on the right wing. Carter has the first down and then gets out of bounds. That stops the clock. He's at the Buffalo 45-yard line, so he picks up about 10 yards. 36 seconds left in the first half. In the NFC, Washington, Dallas, Atlanta, Green Bay, Minnesota, all in good shape as far as making the playoffs. 8 teams will make the contest. St. Louis, New Orleans, the Giants, Detroit, Chicago, they've got their work cut out. As does San Francisco, Tampa Bay, and Philadelphia. I guess you could say Philadelphia is out of it, and the Rams are out of it, and everybody else still has a run. 3 wide receivers now, House, Carter, and Bell. It was kind of a hook and go, and another hook. And meanwhile, Williams threw the ball outside.
And it was also get rid of that ball before you get tackled for a big loss. The pressure was on, and Buffalo put a lot of heat on him. Ben Williams was putting some heat on Doug Williams. He had to jump out of the pocket and get rid of the football. He didn't want to take a loss. They've got 31 seconds remaining, 2 timeouts left.
Kevin House, the intended receiver, though, his sideline patted, and he started back, and he started. By the time he made his second move, the ball was already out of bounds. 31 seconds left, first half. Buffalo leads 9-7. Pressure, gets the pass away. Incomplete. House, the intended receiver.
They are putting the heat on him. Ken Johnson, defensive lineman, got to Doug Williams. What is happening? They're getting to Williams before he really wants to get rid of that football. And although they're not sacking him, it's just as good because he's actually throwing the ball away. He's thrown the ball away, I think, the last 2 times.
There's been only 1 sack in the ball game, and that was by Booker Reese of the Buccaneers getting to Joe Ferguson, a loss of 17 on that play. Williams, 13 of 23, 120 yards. First down, about the 33. He gets 12 on the play. Charles Romes with the tackle. They'll stop the clock with a timeout now with 20 seconds left to go in the first down. The Buccaneers on the move. They trail by 2 as we come to the close of the first half. Don't go away. We'll be back in a moment. During the last 40 seconds, the Buccaneers have run 6 plays, 5 passes, 1 running play.
This is a position here I would look for Buffalo maybe to go after Doug Williams.
Kevin House, the intended receiver.
Kevin House is a man that Doug Williams loves to go to in a situation like this. Number 89, great speed to the outside. Mario Clark is a man he's trying to beat. The ball is really drilled on the line.
Here comes
his hands on it. His right foot was out of bounds anyway. Had he made the catch right there, the ball is there, and that right foot, can't tell from that particular angle. It's been very difficult to get both of them in. But that only took, what was it? They got 15 seconds left, 5 seconds to get rid of the football. They got to get the ball in field goal position now.
Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining.
Got a man open.
He's there. Oh, good defensive play. Had to wait on it. Giles, they're going to drop a flag on Steve Freeman. Freeman is stunned. I want to look at this one again.
All right. Looked like the ball was going to hit Giles right on the numbers. They had some heat on Williams.
Defense, number 22. Defensive pass interference. First down.
Steve Freeman is the man. Let's take a look at it. Williams going back to throw. He had pretty good pressure coming at him. You can see 42. Push coming after him. The ball is thrown. Now let's take a look.
Oh, I'll argue that one. I thought he went over the top and was after the ball.
That's a very questionable call.
I think it's a very questionable call. First down, goal to go.
Tampa Bay is not questioning it, though.
Incomplete. Gordon Jones, now he's complaining that Romes interfered with him, but there's no flag over there. So we'll bring the ball back to the 9-yard line. It'll be second down, goal to go. 5 seconds now left in the half, and they'll go for the field goal attempt now. They're not going to take another chance.
They could get another play off.
They could.
In 5 seconds, you know.
But if you make any kind of a mistake.
That's right. But they could. The sensible thing to do is what they're doing right here. If they're going to kick it, that is to kick the ball. They put them ahead by 1.
27-yard field goal attempt. It is good from 27 yards out. And Tampa Bay is back in the lead, out in front by 1, 10-9. And we have double zeros. The gun sounds. That is the end of the first half. The score, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 10, the Buffalo Bills 9.
Field goals to set a new record. Steve DeBerg, 18 straight pass completions for them. That's a record. Wilbert Montgomery's 90-yard run, the longest in 10 years in the NFL. And moments ago, Craig Morton told his Denver fans he is retiring.
Thank you, Denver. Thank you so very, very, very much. This is much harder than any game I've ever attempted to play. But I want you to know how very dearly I'm appreciative of all the great things you've done for me and my family. Thank you.
39 years old, 18-year veteran. That was his 3-year-old son, Michael, at his side in Denver moments ago. Mike Adamle with all the scores now.
Len, this afternoon in Cleveland, a big win for the Browns. They beat the Steelers. The final score there, 10-9. First win for Paul McDonald, who is starting in place of Brian Sipe. Washington Redskins on a last-second Mark Mosley record-breaking field goal beat the Giants 15-14. St. Louis Cardinals up their record to 4. They beat the Chicago Bears 10-7. The Eagles up their record 5 as they routed the Houston Oilers 35-14, and the Vikings beat the Detroit Lions 34-31. I understand there is some problems with my microphone, so Len, take over for the scores there.
You sound terrific. It's just the microphone. 20-20, Green Bay and Baltimore. 59 seconds remaining in overtime. Cushion Company looking for their first. At halftime, the game you're watching, Tampa Bay leading Buffalo 10-9. New England in the Kingdome, 10-0 over Seattle. Playoff type game there. Dallas big over New Orleans at halftime. 21-0 there. And at halftime, Craig Morton was there. You saw Denver 13, Kansas City 10. That'll do it for our halftime report. Let us send you back to Tampa Bay. Buffalo and the Bucks. Let's go back to Lenny, Dawson, and Charlie Jones.
We're back at Tampa Stadium. This is Charlie Jones. Lynn Dawson will have the kickoff of the second half in just a moment. Roosevelt Leaks was helped to the far sideline. He has a sprained ankle. It is questionable whether or not he will return for Buffalo.
And he was running extremely well for the Buffalo Bills, particularly in that short yardage situation. Here are the first half statistics. One thing is the turnovers. There have been 5 turnovers in the ball game so far.
All right, we're set to start the second half. Efren Herrera will be kicking off for Buffalo with Michael Morton and Melvin Carver, the 2 deep backs for the Buccaneers. They set up at the 5 and 10-yard line. And the second half is underway. Morton takes it at the 3. He's to the 10. Slips a tackle, 15. Turns to the 19-yard line. So he has 16 yards on the return. Offensively for the Buccaneers, Doug Williams, the quarterback, although shaken up in the first half when he made a tackle after an interception. He's gone all the way with James Wilder and Melvin Carver, the running backs. Kevin House, Gordon Jones, the wide receivers, with Jimmy Giles, the tight end, although Carter has been in, Theo Bell, and Jim Obradovich when they go with 2 tight ends. Let's call it the Tampa Bay 20-yard line first down. The Buccaneers come out throwing with a scramble and a little slide to the 23. Second down and 7. That offensive line for the Buccaneers is Dave Revis, Ray Snell, Steve Wilson. The right guard is Greg Roberts, and the right tackle is the rookie from Penn State, Sean Farrell, replacing Charlie Hanna, who has a calf problem. Second game in the rookie's career that he's been at right tackle.
And it's a different position. When you're accustomed to playing guard, pulling, and you're in the middle of a lot of activity, it's one thing. When you're at an offensive tackle, you're fighting one man, the defensive end out there.
Obradovich is in for the Buccaneers, 2 tight ends. Doug Williams drops it off left side to Wilder, and he leans to the 31, has the first down. Isaiah Robertson with the tackle, a gain of 7 yards on the play. That's what he needed.
And there you got Doug Williams, came right out of his shoe. He was throwing that ball falling back. Here it is, 32. You see his Wilder is back. The pressure is coming. Here it is, right up the gut. Marv is coming after him. He's got his hands up, and Doug has no other choice but to get the ball out there to the left side to his back. Fortunately, he did have a strong arm, got the ball out to him, picked up a first down.
Basic defense for the Bills, a 3-4 with Ben Williams, Fred Smerlis, and Sherman White up front. Parker, Marv, Keating, and Robertson the linebacker. Rod Cush now in the secondary. Carver gets the call. From the 31 to the 34, has 3. It'll be second down and 7.
He slipped going in there, and that's about the 4th or 5th time that we have seen the backs or receivers slip on the turf. When you look at it, it looks like the field is in excellent condition.
Rounding out the Bills secondary, Mario Clark, Bill Simpson, and Charles Rome. Right now, their Rod Cush is in for the strong safety, Steve Freeman. Second down, 7. Tampa Bay leading by 1, 10-9 as we open the third quarter. Intercepted by Bill Simpson. That is the 4th turnover by the Buccaneers. Obradovich, the intended receiver. He picked it off at the 45-yard line.
Looked like that Doug was going to that side all the way. He's looking over there, and that's going to attract the defensive backs, and it attracted Bill Simpson, number 45. The pass was overthrown to 86 Obradovich. Good play by Simpson, coming up with the ball in excellent field position for the Buffalo Bills as they take the ball for the first time in the second half, trailing by 1. We'll be back in a moment.
This is Len Berman in New York. 1 second left in overtime. Baltimore and Green Bay. Pagel goes back to throw. The score 20-20. The prayer is not answered. Game over. Maybe Baltimore won't win one, but at least they won't lose them all. 20-20 tie. Let's go back to Charlie Jones.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. And you know what that sets up? Baltimore is, they've gotten a little bit better each week, and they play San Diego next week. That could turn out to be a tough ball game.
You bet.
Oh, what about that? Now, Buffalo from the Tampa Bay 42, Cribbs. Cribbs is the only running back. They go with 2 tight ends. Today's game brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, engineered like no other car in the world. By the Bola family of imported wines. You can always trust the taste of a Bola. And by Atari, the leader in home video games. For fun your whole family can share. And sharing on the last tackle was Andy Hawkins and Dave Stahl. And now Roosevelt Leaks is coming back in the ball game, sprained ankle and all.
We'll have to take a look at Roosevelt Leaks and see if he is running with the authority that he did in the first half.
Second down and 3. No, he's not.
Well, it's rather difficult. You've got David Logan hanging all over.
I couldn't resist that, though.
And 2 linebackers.
I mean, he got a yard.
That's right. They're testing that ankle right away, Charlie. Here it is. Roosevelt Leaks straight ahead. And there it is. 76, David Logan. We mentioned that he is an outstanding nose tackle. Gets penetration. Gets a hold of Leaks. Look at that. Look at the massive humanity around there.
All right, Leaks is going out to the far side. That's simply because they want to change the play. I wonder how thrilled he was if he wanted to test the ankle the first time out. Now, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, a remaining back. That's Cribbs. Cribbs, sweep right side. Has the first down. 30-yard line. Pick up a 4. Andy Hawkins with a tackle.
Mike Bramer out there making good contact. Number 73, John Borchardt, also out there making a block. You can make yardage if you have block. Now, here it is, the line. 73, Borchardt going out. 86, you see Mark Bramer making a block. Enough to pick up the first down. That's all you want to do for a man like Joe Cribbs, is to get him out there and get that thing separated and let him go upfield.
It's only the second time in the ballgame they converted on third down. Cribbs, 41 yards rushing. Leaks, 34 yards rushing. No play action at Cribbs. The pass is complete. 10-yard line. Jerry Butler. Scott Brantley making the tackle. Butler's second reception or his first?
Second. He made a great catch on the sidelines in the first half. And you were mentioning about he had a problem with the muscle pull. It doesn't look like it's bothering him too much now. Maybe this warm weather down here helps that situation.
Leaks comes back into the ball game. Second down and for the first down and 10. They're going to call it first down. It goes right at the 10-yard line. Leaks straight shot to the 3-yard line. Gain of 7. Hugh Green, Cedric Brown make the tackle for Tampa Bay.
I had said in the first half that between the 10 and the 10 is number 20, Joe Cribbs' territory, but when you get in the 10-yard line and inside, that's the man you go to. Number 48, Roosevelt Leaks, and you can see why. He's dragging people along. Looks like the ankle is all right, and they're inside the 5-yard line, inside the 4-yard line.
Just outside the 3.
Not too far from the goal line.
That's true. Second down, goal to go. Leaks, Cribbs, lead block. Cuts back. Touchdown. Roosevelt Leaks with his second touchdown of the ball game, and the lead block was by Joe Cribbs.
Joe Cribbs made a block. Another good block by the right guard, number 73, John Borchardt. But here it is. Leaks' ankle is all right. He avoids a couple of defensive men, jumps into the corner of the end zone. Say when you get down here, here it is, 73, watch Borchardt, 20, Cribbs making a fine block. Another fine block. That was by 73, Borchardt. Actually getting into the end zone isn't that much of a problem if you have the blocking.
Herrera with the extra point. So the Buffalo Bills back in front. They now lead 16-10 with 8:57 left to go in the third as Roosevelt Leaks scores from 3 yards out. We'll be back. Joe Ferguson in his 10th year from the University of Arkansas, and his touchdown partner, Roosevelt Leaks. Engineering a 42-yard drive in 6 plays that Bill Simpson set up with the interception. Here's the kickoff. Goes out of bounds. We'll bring it back. And this time Herrera will be kicking from the 30-yard line. Out of bounds. Free kick. Next Sunday, the NFL gets into the stretch run for the Super Bowl, leading off the day with 3 regional contests. And at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, Richard Todd and the New York Jets will battle the Minnesota Vikings plus 2 other key games. And that Baltimore tie with Green Bay now makes that San Diego game a key game. It all starts with NFL 82, so check your local listings for the time and game in your area. That's all right here on NBC Sports, the home of the Super Bowl.
Nice going, Charles.
Denver and the Raiders, that's another key game.
Yes.
From here on, they all have big keys and very small locks, don't they?
They seem to be very key, and the key right now for Tampa Bay is trying to get a touchdown. They're down by 6. Turnover. That's the name of this ball game. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tampa Bay's turned the ball over 4 times. Buffalo twice. Right? Yes. All right, here we go with the kickoff from the 30-yard line. Morton fields it at the 8. 20. And he has stopped an excellent open field tackle by Lou Pacone. Way to go, Lou. 14 yards on the return. Now let's check the scoreboard. All right, third quarter, New England leading Seattle 13-0. New England's coming back, playing much better.
Oh, they are. They really are.
Kansas City in the third quarter leading Denver 17-13. Looks like 2 teams that may be out of it.
Now, this loss would take Denver out of it, wouldn't it, if Kansas City beats them?
Yes.
I think so. All right, Tampa Bay from the 23. The Buccaneers, their record is 2-4. They need to win the last 3. They're all at home, starting with this one. James Wilder. Wilder to the 41-yard line. Gain of 18, first down. Kevin House with a key block. Bill Simpson was there for the defense. And we'll look from the end zone.
Play action pass, first down. Williams going back. You can see 32, Wilder. He has to get rid of the football, so he just dumps it out to him. Kevin House, 89. Watch it right now. Here we go. Hello, Marv. Look at that hit.
That is a good block.
Yes, it was an excellent block. That's what you say, blindsiding somebody when they have no idea that you're around.
Way to go, Kevin.
Marv will know that he's around the next time. But
Tampa Bay at their own 41-yard line. Second back through following play action. Skyver to the 45. He has 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6. Chris Keating with the tackle. Yards rushing. Well, the Buccaneers came out establishing the pass, and they've stayed with it throughout the game.
I think that probably Tampa Bay, that was a pretty good run, picking up about 4 yards on that play. They feel that the #1 defensive team in the National Football League is the Buffalo Bills, and you're not going to run on them consistently. You're going to have to run occasionally to keep them honest, but you're going to have to move the ball by throwing it. They have moved the ball, but their problem has been turnovers, as we mentioned. They've turned it over 4 times.
Second down and 6, 45-yard line. Buccaneers, their own territory.
Got a man open.
And he hits him. It's Kevin House. 13-yard line of Buffalo. A 360 fake for the quarterback. He looked a little right, spun all around, rolled left, and then found Kevin House for 41 yards.
Watch the quickness of number 12, Williams. Coming, now this is planned. He's coming around, gets around. Number 83, Sherman White, the defensive end, on the move, he's going to his left, throwing a perfect strike to Kevin House. Hits him right in the numbers. Completely fooled the defensive backs. Got him open, got him the football. They're in scoring territory. I said just a minute ago, they're moving the ball. Their problem is turnover.
That's a great play, too. Oh, yeah.
I think it shows the ability of Doug Williams.
Carver. Sherman White with the tackle. 11-yard line, second down and 8.
They made about running the ball against the Buffalo Bills. There are a lot of Buffalo Bills around that ball that time, showing good team defense. They got caught on that pass, though. And a lot of it has to go to Doug Williams. Just made a real fine play.
Lamar Parrish checks in the secondary. He replaces Charles Rose at right center. Second down and 8. They look for the throw. Dropped off right side to Wilder. Has a yard to the 10.
Mario Clark was coming up, read that very well. Coming up. Wilder tried to cut to the inside. He slipped a little bit too, but Mario Clark was there. Did a good defensive play.
Third down and 7. 3 defensive changes and a pair of offensive changes for Tampa Bay now. 5:46 and counting. That is the time remaining. We're in the third quarter. Buffalo leading Tampa Bay 16-10. Buccaneers threaten at the 10-yard line, third and 7. They go with 3 wide receivers.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The old Trickeroony play.
How about that?
I wonder if Bill Nelson, the offensive coach, the guys calling the plays, thought up that play. I know with his bad knees, he'd have never run it when he was playing.
It was third and 7. Quick count. Before anyone was set, hopefully the offense was set.
Well, they don't have to go down in a 3-point stance.
Right.
They were in a 2-point stance.
But they cannot be moving as long as they are set. It'll be fourth down and inches.
Let's take a look at it. Here it is. The only one to stop him is the official. He gets out of the way. But no one is there. Doug Williams, I think if his knee wasn't bothering him, he apparently has some bone chip that is a problem. I think he would have challenged those defensive backs and tried to get the first down.
Fourth down and inches. Quarterback sneak over the top. He's got it. The flag is down. Second time of the ball game in this short yardage that Williams just goes over the top of his strength. Penalty is against the Bills, so he's got it both ways. Up and over. The initial call that I saw was offsides. Buffalo, right.
Against Buffalo, which would give them an automatic first down. It'll be half the distance to the goal line.
We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
WRC-TV Channel 4, Washington, D.C.
Side, refused, first down.
First down for Tampa Bay. This is Charlie Jones. Lynn Dawson, 5:06 left to go in the third. This is the score, Buffalo by 6. That may change in just a moment.
You have to figure first and goal, but they've got 4 shots to get in. The last time they were here, remember, he threw a pass for a touchdown.
Stacked up at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down goal to go. Parker, Marv, Williams, they were all there.
Good penetration by that Buffalo defense.
It's hard to run against them.
Good penetration.
I think they have to throw again if they're going to go in.
There it is. See, Wilder trying to get in, but here they come. You can't go up when somebody has a hold of your...
First contact.
They have a hold of his legs. As I said before, sign of a good defense is the number of defensive players around the ball. Buffalo has a lot of them.
Two tight ends. Play action. Touchdown. Gordon Jones.
Corner pattern going for the corner of the end zone. He's got the defensive men beat by a step or two. The ball is perfectly thrown, and the end result is a touchdown. The score is tied, and once again, the extra point to go ahead.
16-16, 17-16, Tampa Bay. 4:16 left to go in the third, and the Buccaneers lead by 1. Williams to Jones. Touchdown.
This is Len Berman, NFL 82 in New York. Moments ago in the Kingdome, the playoff atmosphere, the Seahawks and the Patriots. Zorn throwing, but Rick Sanford over-the-shoulder interception for the Patriots. It's all New England so far, 13-0 in the third. Back to you, Charlie.
Thank you, Len. We appreciate that update. And now for the kickoff. Capice. To Mosley. To the 15. 19-yard line. Mark Cotney down very quickly for the Buccaneers. And the scoring drive, 77 yards in 9 plays. Took 4:41. The touchdown pass from Doug Williams to Gordon Jones. And for Jones, that is his first touchdown of this season. So now, again, the Buccaneers lead by 1, 17-16. The Bills at their own 19-yard line.
Last time the Bills had the ball, though, they marched right down and scored.
Choprin. He'll lose a yard. David Logan and Andy Hawkins got it.
Charlie, I look at that play, and I see a different defense. Now, they are really playing with intensity right now. That last play, that defense just moved up and said, nobody's going to run on us now. I'm sure they're saying that. Let's shut off the run and force Joe Ferguson to pass.
Frank Lewis and Jerry Butler, the wide receivers. Mike Bramer, the tight end. Jones, McKenzie, Grant, Borchardt, and Devlin at offensive line. Cribbs and Leaks. The running back is Ferguson, the quarterback. Ferguson drops it off. It is doubled and is caught by Roosevelt Leaks on a second effort. Andy Hawkins made the tackle. A lot of excitement, not that much yardage.
They have pressure on him. Here it is, 76 is David Logan, occupying 2 men in the middle of that line. He's really doing his job, although he doesn't get to the quarterback. Roosevelt, I believe, must have taken his eyes off the ball. He's got him on the ball now, but it's a little late.
Defensively for Tampa Bay is Stalls, Logan, and Selman with Hawkins, Johnson, Brantley, and Green, the linebackers. Thomas, Posey, Brown, and Washington. Lou Buccaneers into the offense from the shotgun. Third down 8. Four-man defensive rush. Pass is dropped at the 30-yard line by Mark Bramer. And Ferguson was right on time. Washington had the defensive coverage, but he should have caught it.
Well, I don't believe Mark drops the ball very often. That ball was right in his chest. See Chuck Knox on the sidelines. Well, he's done a great job.
He really
coaching. Not only the Bills, but prior to that with the Rams.
And prior to that with the Jets. Is that correct?
He was an assistant coach there.
That's right. That's right. But he's always been a good coach. That was my point. Following year.
Swickley, Pennsylvania. You know that.
From Swickley, Pennsylvania? No, that I didn't know. Did you know that Greg Cater is going to kick?
Yes, I do.
Okay, here we go. John Holt and Theo Bell set for the return. Taken at the 42-yard line by Bell. To the 49-yard line. So the Buccaneers with great field position. A kick of 36 yards. A return of 7. Tampa Bay only 51 yards from the end zone of the Buffalo Bills. We'll be back in just a moment to Tampa Stadium.
This is Len Berman, NFL 82 in New York. Moments ago in Seattle. The handoff to Theodis Brown for the Seahawks. Look for number 40. Mike Haynes puts on the stick. Andre Tippett, the rookie from Iowa, recovers. New England in business again, up 13-zip. Charlie?
Thank you. Boy, that's quite a battle they're having out there, Larry.
It is.
Okay, we've got a battle going on here also.
Not a whole lot separates these two teams. As a matter of fact, 1 point.
Well said.
Figured that one.
Kevin House, 4 receptions, 69 yards. First down from the 49-yard line for the Buccaneers. James Wilder to the 43-yard line of Buffalo. Gain of 8, second and 2. Ben Williams with the tackle.
Looks like the Tampa Bay is playing, as I said before, with a lot more intensity. That time they had the offensive center for Steve Wilson. Now he's going against it. Look how close at 76 Merlis is. He gets him turned with the help of a little hand that grabs him by the shoulders. Then he cuts him. Merlis still gets up and he tries to proceed to get into the play. But that was an excellent job by Wilson on an all-pro nose tackle.
Second and 2.
That's why that play worked.
Second back is Kyler. 37-yard line, first down. Williams and Meyer make the tackle.
Now all of a sudden they're moving the ball on the ground. 32 Wilder coming around to make a block on the defensive back. That provides the opening for Carver. He slips through, picks up a first down. Something that they weren't really able to do earlier is move the ball on the ground. They seem to be doing it right now. And the reason is they're getting good blocking.
Carver, 61 yards and 13 carries. Big hole right side, Wilder. First down. Simpson with the tackle. Now, the Buccaneers have established the pass throughout the game. Now they go to the running attack, and it works in the last moments of the third quarter.
They have, I think they've got Buffalo guessing defensively. Plus the fact that, I'd say they're more intense out there. They're blocking better defensively. They're hitting crisper. There's some holes out there for the running backs, and they're getting through, and they're moving the football.
He was down at the 28-yard line, so it's second and 1. Carver. This time his momentum could have carried him for the first down. Let's see where they spot the ball.
I'll tell you, we talked about Fred Smerlis a little minute ago, how they blocked him. That time they didn't. He was over there involved in the play. They may have picked up the first down, but he was there. Officials explaining to Bill Simpson that it's a first down.
But he does, of course, have the option to call for the change if he wants to. And he was agreeing with Fred Silva. Says, yes, you're right, it is a first down. A quick score update. Kansas City 17, Denver 16. Amazing. That is the score we have here with Tampa Bay leading Buffalo by 1 as we come to the end of the third quarter. That's the end of the third quarter. The score, Buccaneers 17, Bills 16. And we'll be back to Tampa Bay after these messages from your local station. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson.
Who's that?
That's the Buccaneer bird.
Buccaneer bird.
That's
That's
right.
John McKay with the cap on, who's going fishing.
That's Bill
right
Nelson, his quarterback coach. Right?
Yes.
Through 3 quarters. Time of possession on the side of the Buccaneers. And Tampa Bay leads by 1. Carver. From the 27 to the 23. Gain of 4. It'll be second down and about 6, maybe second down and 7. Cush and Simpson with the tackle. Let's go to New York.
Okay, Charlie, let's check out Mile High Stadium. Bill Kenny's the quarterback this week for Kansas City. Right up the middle to Carlos Carson. The Chiefs are driving on the Broncos. They lead it 17-16. Back to Charlie Jones and Lenny Dawson in Tampa.
Amazing, the similarities of the scores of the 2 ball games. Here it is also, 17-16, Tampa Bay. Second down and 7. Williams, all the time in the world. And then it's knocked away. Jimmy Giles, the intended receiver. And it was Eugene Marr, the rookie from Saginaw Valley State.
Marr made a great defensive play on that.
Yeah.
We've been isolating on the nose tackle, number 76 of Buffalo's, Fred Smerlis. His job is to occupy 2 men, and he is doing that, and not only occupying those 2 men, pushing the head of the center, Steve Wilson, but he never quits. That's a sign really of a great football player. He never quits until the play is completely over.
We have reports that Kansas City just kicked a field goal in that game. Here we have 2 flags down as Williams picks up the first down. If the play stands up, he goes out of bounds at the 13, but there were a pair of flags. He picks up 10, and it was Sherman White who was chasing him. But now we'll have to check back to those 2 yellow flags.
Well, I think you can tell on the expression of
Outside Buffalo, it'll be reviewed. The play will stand up.
I don't believe that man agrees. Chuck Knox agrees with the call. I was just getting ready to say there hadn't been too many penalties.
Number 76, defense, offside, refused.
I believe we've been talking about that man. 76 is Fred Smerlis.
First down at the 13-yard line.
Smerlis looks like he's almost lined up offside. When he gets up.
He does. He gets so close to the nose of the ball.
As you can see right there, over the head of the center.
Double tight end set for Tampa Bay. Carter, touchdown. His second touchdown of the ball game from 13 yards out. His second touchdown in the National Football League. He has now rushed for 78 yards. That is the most that he has rushed for in a ball game. 51-yard drive in 8 plays.
I formation coming right up the gut. 76 Smerlis is going to one side. You're going to see the cutback block right there. That's what made that play work. He cut back, found the opening. Missed tackle by Rod Cush, 42. Carver is in the end zone for his second touchdown of the day.
Extra point flags are down. There was no signal as to whether or not the ball went through the upright, but there were 4. I think everybody threw a
Ball
flag.
start, center.
That'll be a false start on Steve Wilson, who snaps on the kicks, number 50. Boy, it's hard for the center to have a false, unless he's bobbing his head. You may call him on that.
Moving the ball. And then...
Well, yes, or moving the ball forward so you can really rifle it back.
Well, take a look at what he's looking at. You got a guy over your head, 2 people right over your head, and a man ready to come and jump on top of you.
I wouldn't look. I wouldn't want to know. Here it is. It's there. It's good. Tampa Bay 24, Buffalo 16, 51-yard drive, 8 plays, 3 minutes and 23 seconds. We'll be back. Number 28, the rookie free agent, Melvin Kiver, 5'11", 250 pounds from Nevada, Las Vegas. Scoring 2 touchdowns in the ballgame. Here's the kickoff. Mosley at the 1-yard line. 15, 20. He'll break it. 30, 40. That is the third excellent return that he has had in this ballgame. Bill Capice, the kicker, is the man who saved the touchdown. 46 yards on the return to go with a 50-yarder earlier.
You can tell that they really work on their special teams. Mosley taking it at the goal line. He's going to cut to his left, and he's going to get outside of Tampa Bay, which means that somebody made a mistake. Somebody's responsible for the outside. You don't ever let the man get down along the sideline. Mosley found it, a 46-yard return. Buffalo is down by 8 points, but they are in excellent field position.
And Bill Capice, the kicker, who made the tackle, is down on the far side. They have signaled now for the trainers to come from the opposite side of the field. We've got an injury timeout. We'll have a report when we get back. Today's game is brought to you by Lincoln Mercury, offering a complete range of contemporary automobiles for 1983 from Lynx to Lincoln. By Budweiser, for all you do, this Bud's for you. And by Canon, so advanced, Canon is the world's leader in 35mm photography. Bill Capice coming to the near sideline with a little assistance, where they will be working on him here. Now, the backup kicker for the Buccaneers is the backup tight end, Jim Obradovic. And we will have a report, of course, as soon as that information is passed on to us. Lynn?
I played a Jan Center. That happened to him. We didn't have a backup kicker, so the coach says, hey, don't tell me it hurts. You're going back in anyway.
Ferguson to throw his pressure. Trip. The lose about set. David Logan was there for the Buccaneer defense.
Screen pass. Tampa Bay read it. We're talking about the nose tackles for both teams. Number 76 is David Logan. He's an outstanding nose tackle. He reads it now. He sees the lineman going. He knows, well, this is not a run, it's a pass. So he goes right over there. Gets involved, gets a hold of Joe Cribbs, brings him to the turf, and they lose about 4 yards.
A little more, they lose 6. 41-yard line, 2nd and 60. Pair of high five. Ferguson to throw. Over the middle, pass is complete. He gets the 6 yards back and 1 to boot, 48-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Jeff Davis was there for the Buccaneers, the rookie from Clemson. Mike Bramer on the receiving end. For Tampa Bay, this is their first 3-touchdown game of the season. You mentioned at the top of the show that Doug Williams and Joe Ferguson offensively had not been having the kinds of years that you have to make the playoffs and then to do well in the playoffs.
And I think you can see by both quarterbacks that they are quite capable. They can do it.
3rd down 9 from the shotgun. Ferguson has a man and he hits him. A great throw. 23-yard line. On a 3rd and 9, it was Lou Pacone, 29 yards.
You just mentioned quarterbacks. They haven't been doing well. Now, this was an excellent throw to Lou Pacone. Lou Pacone running down. You see the linebackers. 53 is Hugh Green. He's looking for the open area. He also took a peek to see where the defensive back was. He knew that he was going to catch the ball in traffic. He concentrated on the ball, made the catch. Talking about the quarterbacks, Ferguson to date does not have the statistics that he's had in the past. That was an excellent throw. Williams does not have the statistics this year that he had last year, but he has shown signs of brilliance today.
23-yard line at Tampa Bay, 1st down. Buffalo trailing by 8 points, 24-16. It's intercepted at the 13-yard line. This is Hugh Green. Second interception for the Buccaneers. They have a fumble recovery. 3rd turnover by Buffalo. The Buccaneers have had 7 turnovers in the ballgame.
That time it was trying to get a quick slant to his wide receiver. He did not locate number 53, Hugh Green. Faking it, getting it out in a hurry. Hugh Green is out there. Right there, he's a linebacker, got depth. He was not fooled by the fake. Consequently, he was in position to make the interception. He did. Tampa Bay has the ball back, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Number 3, Bill Capice, the kicker for the Buccaneers, that was shaken up when he made the tackle and saved the touchdown. He has a shoulder injury, so he can continue kicking.
Right, he does not kick with his shoulder.
If he does, we really got a story. All right, Tampa Bay from their own 44-yard line, 2 tight ends. First and 10. Second back, Carter. He picks up about 8 yards before Chris Keating brings him down. Irvin Parker was also there.
Defense along with Hugh Green there in the middle, taking a little breather after that big turnover by Tampa Bay. Hugh Green is famous for turnovers. I mean, he makes things happen on a football field.
Second down and about 3 rather than 2. Kevin House and Gordon Jones, 2 wide receivers, along with Giles, a tight end. Bottled up inside. Good defensive play. Wilder was stopped by Sherman White.
Sherman White, Isaiah Robertson, 2 of them there, got good penetration. What they have to do is they've got to stop Tampa Bay's rushing game. Because if they run with the football, they're up by 8 points. Here it is, Sherman White making a good play. Smirlis coming over. Isaiah Robertson there making a good play, stopping them, putting them in a passing situation. They have to stop the running game because that wastes up too much time on that clock. And right now we're looking at 10 minutes remaining in this football game.
Third down conversions. Tampa Bay 7 of 11. Buffalo 3 of 8. Third down 7. Looking left, dropping it off out of the backfield. 50-yard line is James Wilder. Isaiah Robertson with the tackle. He gets 3, so it'll be 4th down and 4. Now for an update. Let's go to New York City, NFL 82.
Thanks, Charlie. Let's check out the Kingdome in Seattle. Zorn wants to go to Largent, but Largent's being watched by Mike Haynes. What a matchup that is. Haynes wins this battle with a fine catch, the 6th Seattle turnover. It's all New England. Back to you, Charlie.
That's the battle for the playoff spot. Thank you, Lynn. Larry Schweider kicking. His first kick of the ball game, Robert Holt. Is the deep back. And it is down in the touchdown. I think he misread a 49-yard kick. I think he misread with the goal line one. And I loved it. He came down and he wanted to reach over and just kind of set it in bounds and say it's right there.
He should have jumped up in the air,
knocked it away while he was
back
still in
into
the
the
air.
field of play.
Yeah.
He came down with it with his feet in the end zone, which means it's on the 20-yard line. For the Buffalo Bills will make it back in a moment.
8 minutes and 59 seconds left to go in the ball game. It's Tampa Bay 24. The Buffalo Bills 16. This is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson. Bills with the football on their own 20-yard line. Defensive changes, Richard Wood and Jeff Davis in at linebacker. Roosevelt Leaks is the remaining back. Butler and Lewis, the 2 wide receivers, and 2 tight ends for the Bills. Ferguson rolls, throws, right off target to Buster Barnett. The number 2 back in and a big first down. Mike Washington with the tackle, along with Jeff Davis, a pickup of 22 yards.
Good play by Ferguson. Here he is faking a pitch out to Roosevelt Leaks. And you see all of the orange jerseys going towards Roosevelt Leaks. Look at the view that he has. He can see everything downfield. He throws a perfect strike to the tight end, Buster Barnett, and they pick up a first down. When you talk about a quarterback being able to see, that was an opportunity for Joe Ferguson to see everything that's developing downfield. The last time he threw an interception, he faked. He did not locate Hugh Green, so consequently threw the ball, tried to force it in. Green came out of nowhere, intercepted. He came out of nowhere because Ferguson did not have an opportunity to locate it.
And you saw Mike Washington, who made the tackle, shaken up a little bit, so he comes out. He's replaced by Johnny Ray Smith. Leaks the remaining back. First down, Buffalo. They're on 42-yard line. Ferguson to throw. Drops it off over the middle to Leaks out of the backfield. to the 48-yard line. We'll give him 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Richard Wood making the tackle. That is the time remaining, and a time for us to remind you. Lynn, would you like to read this?
I would like to read
well.
this.
All right.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, and it is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the National Football League is prohibited. So don't do it, is what they're saying.
There's a lot of words that says it's a no-no. Leaks the remaining back. He's the ball carrier. Good defensive play. Jeff Davis, the rookie from Clemson, stops it. A note on Jeff Davis, number 58 for the Buccaneers. He and Perry Tuttle, the rookie wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills, were roommates and co-captains at Clemson on that national championship team. Here's another look at
He
the
must
play.
have an affection for Roosevelt Leaks, too, because here he comes to greet him. Probably telling him, when you go back to see my ex-roommate, tell him not to come in my territory either. Good play by Jeff Davis.
3rd down and 2. Shotgun formation. 7 minutes left in the game. Cribbs back in the backfield. Far side, the pass is complete.
Guess who? Lou Picone, the biggest man on the field, at least on that play. He may not be very tall, but Lou Picone is a big 3rd down clutch player. And that's the 2nd one that we've seen here in this quarter. Going around, turning his man around, coming back, which is the important thing. He came back for the ball, making a separation between he and the defensive back.
John Holt with the tackle. 5 yards, 1st down. Boy, Picone has made the key play.
Sure he is. He had the 29-yard reception that got him in great field position.
1st down, Tampa Bay, 42-yard line. Incomplete. Boy, Cribbs laid a beautiful block either on a lineman coming or a blitzing linebacker. Lewis, the intended receiver. The Cribbs just hit it right into the hole and leveled the Buccaneers.
We've been talking about the nose tackles. Logan is an excellent one, but this time Will Grant, the center, is doing really an outstanding job, Charlie, of keeping him back.
Neil Colsey almost picked it off.
Neil Colsey, I think, probably feels that he should have picked off that pass. He had an opportunity. He read it very well.
Ferguson, 12 of 19, 130 yards, 2 interceptions. Leaks the remaining back. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. 2nd and 10. Blitz is on. It's picked up. Here's the pass. Complete. Frank Lewis. Norris Thomas and Cedric Brown were there for the defense. He should have the 1st down.
They have been double covering the outside receivers. This time it's single coverage, as you can see, the bottom of your screen. Frank Lewis, single coverage. Defensive back makes the turn to the outside, the sideline pattern, makes the catch. Ferguson was getting some pressure, but here it is. You're looking right at it, what Frank Lewis is looking at. 41 is Norris Thomas. Gives him some room. He makes the catch. He makes the tackle, but it's a 1st down for the Buffalo Bills.
31-yard line at Tampa Bay. Cribbs back in the backfield. Roosevelt leaks, and a long flag is dropped to the 23-yard line. That flag went up at about the 15 and came down at the 23.
Pretty good throw.
Not a bad arm on the official. Defensive holding.
That's a break for Buffalo.
Automatic 1st down.
I know he threw it in the area of Jeff Davis. I don't know whether he was the man accused of it or not.
Defensive holding, number 58.
No,
You're right, Jeff
First down.
Davis.
no more guessing. I guess when they throw it in your area, that means you.
1st down at the 27-yard line. 5:15 time remaining in the game. Tampa Bay 24, Buffalo 16. Buffalo with the ball at the Tampa Bay 27. Ferguson with 4 on the pattern. Pass is complete, 23 to Joe Cribbs. He'll have 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. Scott Brantley was there for the defense.
Good pass protection that time for Joe Ferguson. And looking at one thing, I've been looking for number 63, Leroy Selman, and where he is. And what it is, Ken Jones, number 72, top left of your screen, is doing an outstanding job on a guy that's considered by many as the best defensive end, the best pass rusher in the National Football League.
Second down and 6 at the 23. Five in the pattern. Ferguson his time. Throws. Far side. Almost picked up. Pass is complete to Roosevelt Lee. A gamble by the defensive cornerback that did not pay off for Tampa Bay. The pass from Ferguson complete.
We've talked about Doug Williams and his arm. Joe Ferguson has an excellent arm also. Here it is going out in the flat. It's kind of an outlet pattern. He gets the ball out to him. The defensive back goes for the interception.
That is Mike
4,
Washington.
Washington, who had one earlier in the ball game. But because of the strong arm of Ferguson, he got it out there in time for the ball to get the leaks before Washington got to it. 21-7, fourth quarter score. Dallas leading the New Orleans Saints. Tony Dorsett, 2 touchdowns.
The important score is here. Tampa Bay 24, Buffalo 16. Bills on the move. Pass is low. Another flag is down. Pass was not caught. It was trapped. But there was a flag dropped on the play. Mark Bramer was trying to scoop it up.
Pointing that direction to be offense.
Offensive pass interference against the Buffalo Bills.
They got to get on the board, Charlie. 4 minutes, 23 seconds remaining in the football game, and they need 2 scores. One of them has to be a touchdown, so they can get 3 points here. Sure, they would take the field goal if they got the opportunity.
Offensive pass interference. Number 86. First down.
Mark Bramer, he was just saying he's guarding me a little close. A little breathing room.
He was a little close. First down and 20 at the 23. The 10-yard line. He gets 13 yards on the scramble, and Dave Stoltz was the man that was eyeballing him when he got to the 10.
Talking about versatility, both of these quarters have it. Here it is. Zone coverage. You see the 3 men just dropping back in their zones, making sure they don't get deep. Double coverage on the flanker. Ferguson jumped outside. You're going to see it now. One thing is 67, Reggie McKenzie. I didn't know he had the speed that he has because he's going to take off and make a block. But here's Ferguson. Scampering down the sideline. Good speed, gets out of bounds. First down, they're in scoring territory once again.
10th play of the drive. 2nd and 7. He's going to keep it. Cuts back to the 5. 5, yes, touchdown, Ferguson.
He really got nailed at the line of scrimmage, too, or at the goal line.
And he's down.
Tested both quarterbacks.
Hugh Green hit him right at the line, right at the goal line.
This is a precautionary measure here, Charlie. They want to make sure any shot to the head or the neck, they definitely don't want to move it.
From 10 yards out.
Here it is. Ferguson rolling to his right. He has the option to run or pass. He's looking for receivers downfield. He does see an opening. He sees it right there, so he plants his foot, cuts back to the inside, going against the grain. You see the linebackers flowing one way, he's going the other. And he is sandwiched in between 3 Tampa Bay defensive men.
Stunned momentarily. He's on his feet.
Oh, he's off.
And in typical fashion, don't you love it?
Well,
the fans greet him with boos when he can. When he can. That's where you're supposed to greet the opposing quarterback.
Quarterbacks don't get to score that often, so when you get in there, maybe sometimes you want to see what the reaction.
That's his backup, Matt Robinson, if they need him.
You remember in the first half, intercepted pass that Doug Williams threw. He went over and made the tackle. He was stunned for a while. We thought he wouldn't be back in the ball game, but he did.
80-yard drive in 10 plays. Took almost 5 minutes. Here's the extra point attempt. And it's good. So we're back to a 1-point margin. It's Tampa Bay 24, Buffalo 23, 4:05 left. Don't go west. Joe Ferguson, 3 carries, 23 yards, and a touchdown. That's today. Coming into this ballgame, 11 carries, 21 yards, and no touchdowns left.
And a headache right now, too.
Yeah, big headache. Herrera to kick off with Carver and Morton set for the return.
I'm sure that front line is alert that Herrera has the ability to onside kick in many fashions.
He's one of the better ones. He goes deep. It is Morton at the 5-yard line. 10, 15. Returns to about the 20. Now let's go back. For the Buffalo Bills, an 80-yard touchdown drive. But file something away in the memory bank that you were talking about.
Yes, remember the punt where the Tampa Bay player had an opportunity to bat it back, and they probably would have had the ball inside the 5-yard line, would have had to march about 95 yards.
Was it Thomas Morris?
Thomas Morris was down there, but he waited for it, got in the end zone, but had both feet in the end zone and grabbed it and then tried to put it out like you said, which you can't do. You have to know this. You have to know the situation that you're in. You have to know where the goal line is, because those are big, big plays.
First down, Tampa Bay from their own 20-yard line. 3:56 left to go. Carter swings around the right side, and he'll pick up about 3 yards. Doug Williams completing 20 of 34 for 204 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Check of the scoreboard.
Fourth quarter score. New England shutting out Seattle 16-0. Got Kansas City now ahead of Denver 23-16. That's in the fourth quarter. Kansas City's won, what, 1 ball game this year. They beat
San Diego, right?
San Diego Chargers. That was prior to the strike.
Melvin Carver is 88 yards rushing and 17 carries.
This is a very, very important drive for Tampa Bay. 3:13 on the clock. They've got to pick up a couple of first downs.
Pump fake. Scramble right. He unloads it, and it is incomplete to House. Now, House, a strange pattern. He almost had given up on it.
Well, I think he did because he probably saw that Doug was rolling to his right. But he must realize how strong an arm Doug Williams has. Here it is. You're seeing, this is Kevin House. The ball is thrown to his outside. He tries to make the adjustment.
Now, that's not pass interference either way. That was, you know, those things happen. That's a little bumping. It's 3rd down and 7. That was with Charles Romes, Chuck Knox, head coach of the Bills. 3:02 left to the ball game. 24-23, Tampa Bay by 1. Incomplete. Giles, intended receiver. Broken up with the Bills. Rod Kushner's there. It'll be 4th down and 7, and Buffalo could have great field position.
Big, big play. Number 88. Jimmy Giles. 42 is Cush, trailing him all the way. Has no idea where the ball is. Fortunate, he looked at, see what happened there? He looked at Giles' head. When Giles looked up, looked like the ball was coming. Then Cush turned around, and he looked at it. Big, big play.
Larry Slider. 1 kick in the ballgame, 49 yards. Robert Holt is set for the return.
Well, this guy out here on the left is, oh, now somebody's coming to pick him up.
Holt, 40-yard line. 45-yard line. Jeff Davis with the tackle. 38-yard punt. 7-yard return. It's fast becoming a New Year's tradition on NBC Sports. A lineup of college football that will bowl you over. It starts at 1:30 Eastern Time with a Fiesta Bowl. Matching Oklahoma, their sensational freshman Marcus Dupree against the #1 ranked defensive Arizona State. And Lynn and I'll be there. We're looking forward to that one. Then it's the Rose Bowl with Michigan led by Anthony Carter taking on the UCLA Bruins. Dick Enberg will be there along with Merlin Olsen, followed by the always spectacular Orange Bowl with Big 8 Power Nebraska against the Tigers of LSU. Don Crickey and John Brody will be there. That's all New Year's Day on NBC Sports. Now, what about this? 2:44 left. Cribbs, the remaining back, 55 yards away from the end zone. field goal range. The Bills down by 1. Free on the delay screen to Cribbs. 7 yards on the play. Mike Washington with the tackle.
They picked up 7 yards because of the great quickness and speed of Joe Cribbs. The linebacker read it, took off after him. He saw it was coming, but Cribbs had too much speed. He still got to the outside, picked up good yardage.
Second and 3.
John Oates has replaced Norris Thomas, a defensive cornerback. So it's Holt, Cozy, Brown, and Washington, the secondary for Tampa Bay. Second and 3. Cribbs leaning across the 45 to the 44-yard line. That should pick up the first down as we come to the 2-minute mark. 1:59 officially left to go in the ball game. Tampa Bay 24, Buffalo 23. Now stay with us. Here comes another of those fantastic finishes.
Alcoa presents Fantastic Finishes. 1978, Art Rooney's Steelers against the Browns. Bradshaw hands